Well, I'm Jon Loomer. I'm focused on advanced meta advertising. I've run jonloomer.com, Jon Loomer Digital since 2011. And the focus is providing support, resources, community to other advanced meta advertisers. Once I got married, I guess maybe that's the key differentiator. I was 24 years old, took the first job I could to be stable, which was in insurance. From the very beginning, I had this separate passion, which was in fantasy sports. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, it probably overwhelmed me a bit that I was so into it. And to the point where I was working for fantasy sports sites, updating content, things like that. I ended up starting my own website when this was a big deal back in like 2002, 2003. To be blunt, I was not a very good employee in the insurance world. Looking back, that was probably a good thing because that's ultimately what led to getting an opportunity working for the NBA, overseeing fantasy games for them. Understand this is also during a time, a year prior, our oldest son was diagnosed with cancer. So we're going to leave Colorado for New Jersey, where we don't know anybody, we don't have family, anything. But it's just this amazing opportunity. So there's a bit of bartering on my part with my wife to get this done. This was going to be a short-term deal. Did it for 3 seasons. It was awesome. Understand, while I was with the NBA, one of the pivotal things that happened there was we partnered with Facebook. And this was just as Facebook opened up beyond high school and college kids. So 2007. And I fell in love with the platform at that time. I was like the first admin of the official NBA Facebook group before there were pages. That's how long ago that was. Once I left, I took a job in a startup development company for fantasy games. That didn't last very long. 6 months, got laid off. That was a very stressful job. After a bit of kind of consulting stuff, I worked for the American Cancer Society, which was a great job. Again, the history with my son. And there was a VP of strategic marketing role, which is a bit of a experimental role, I guess, at that time. That lasted for about 2 years. Got laid off again. A couple things. I knew I didn't want to get laid off again. I also didn't want to move my family again because we had done a lot of moving around and was just unstable during the prior 10 years. I knew I didn't want to go back to insurance. I didn't know I wanted to start a business. All I knew was, here are some skills that I have. I'm going to create a website, jonloomer.com. The primary focus of it in the beginning was, this is going to be how I showcase my skills and experience so somebody will hire me. So the thought of being an entrepreneur and like having some grand plans for this business didn't exist. But what I did have was a lot of time and desperation, honestly. It took some time to kind of find, my focus. But one thing I quickly found was I had an audience, and eventually realized, look, I've got something I can leverage, create a product, and it kind of went from there. So I've been self-employed since late 2011. The little things that we obsess over don't matter that much. It was a daily reminder that I want to spend as much time with my kids, my family as possible. Honestly, once I was laid off the second time, this was an opportunity to have more control over that. I wanted to coach their baseball teams. I wanted to spend more time with them growing up, experience life with them. I didn't want to be traveling the world without them, right? In the very beginning, there was just a lot of desperation. Like, I need to find ways to make money. Things took off surprisingly fast. And when they did, then I could start making some decisions. And whereas I found myself saying yes to almost everything during that first year, I started saying no a lot, and just started, I think, prioritizing, what was most important at that point. It wasn't necessarily growing this business. I got to the point where ballooned well beyond anything of my wildest dreams. And that's really what I did. And now my kids, two of them are out of the house. Our oldest, who was the cancer survivor, is in med school. And my youngest is in high school. So my coaching days are over. So now it's a matter of spending more time with the business, but it all kind of timed out right. It's such a complicated thing because there's a way to approach it that is a very structured and planned way, but that is absolutely not what I did. So, in one way, I don't want to tell you, risk everything and just quit your job. I mean, that's crazy. For me, having desperation that I have to make it work is why it worked. If I had a job while I was like, oh, I want to see if I can start a business, I guarantee it. Because honestly, I had all kinds of harebrained ideas through the years that I tried to do something with, but they never went anywhere until I was forced to figure out a way. Make sure you have some motivation there, though, that burns you inside to build something great. Even if you're not desperate, if that makes any sense. Well, I'm Jon Loomer. I'm focused on advanced meta advertising. I've run jonloomer.com, Jon Loomer Digital since 2011. And the focus is providing support, resources, community to other advanced meta advertisers. You can get access to free training and tutorials at my website at jonloomer.com. I publish a blog post twice a week. I also publish a short video nearly every day. You can find it either on my website or on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, just about everywhere at Jon Loomer. And beyond that, if you want to take it a step further in a paid community or a one-on-one, go to powerhittersclub.com to learn more.